Morning ladies. I just thought I'd very quickly come on and show you a card I've been working on. These are just, every time I make a card I make two, and I keep one in here and put one in the charity box, so you'll have to bear with me a minute. Should be at the back. And it's just a very quick card, and it's an adaptation of one. Do you remember the double Z card that I showed everyone? Well, this is a slight variation on that, and this is using Soft Sky and Very Vanilla. The one I'm going to make today is Sweet Sugar Plum and Very Vanilla and Smoky Slate. So this is the card, and you open it like that. It opens out like that, and then you close it up and tuck it back in under that circle there. So this is the one we're going to be making. You're going to need the Awesomely Artistic stamp set from Stampin' Up. I've chose two colours. I'm using the Sweet Sugar Plum and the Smoky Slate. And my cardstock is again Sweet Sugar Plum and Very Vanilla. Now your card base is 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches, so it's not quite half of an A4, if you know what I mean. So it's 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches long, scored at 5 1/2, and that's your card base. Then you're going to need 3 pieces of Very Vanilla, or you can decide to use 2 because they're going to cover our inside card. But if you only want to use 2, it'll just be the front and the centre, but I like to put the 3 on, so it's like that. And they're cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, so that's them. You're also going to need 2 extra pieces, and they're cut at 1 1/4 by 4, and this is inches, so it's 1 1/4 by 1 3/4 by 4, and then 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then this card is going to be 3 1/2 inches by 9 inches, scored at 4 1/2. Okay, I hope you'd understand that. I will go through all the dimensions again at when we finished doing our card. So I'm just going to take my stamp set and take out the stamps that I'm going to need. Put them all on my blocks. I should have done this before. Save some time. What else we need? Yeah, we're needing that. Also using that one. That one. To corner, and also on that one and that one. It looks like a lot of stamps, but it's really not, so Right, so we'll get our smoky slate first. Just open this. Okay, so with your smoky slate, you're just going to create a background. And this is on our big piece. And don't worry about stamping in the middle, because you are going to cover that up anyway, so. It's very therapeutic actually. So this is the 4" by 5 1/4 piece that I'm stamping on at the minute. Just stamp a little bit there. Okay, so that's the 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to take our little piece, which is 1 3/4 by 4, and we're just going to do the same on it, still with the smoky slate. Okay, just put that out the way a minute. And then we're going to come in with our little dots out of the stamp set, which is this one there. And you're just going to randomly stamp. And do the same with our bigger panel. And you don't have to follow any direction or just random. Okay, so that's them 2 pieces. Okay, just put that out of the way a minute. Then for our front panel, to cut that off, I did bring scissors with me. Okay, and this is going to be the front of this card. Okay, and it does actually open that way. So we're going to take this again in our smoky slate, and I am just going to stamp this off more to the left hand side. Okay, so that's that. We're going to take our frame stamp, and again in the smoky slate, and don't worry about this because it is meant to look shabby, if you know what I mean. and you're just going to stamp that at the bottom. Okay, take that off because we don't need it no more. I'm going to put my friend on, and I'm going to stamp that in the sweet sugar plum this time, I think. And we're just going to stamp that in the middle of that frame. Okay, so that's them two. Then we're going to come back in. No, we're not. We've still got a couple of stamps to do. So put our dragonfly on. And we're just going to do him flying off to the corner. Then we're going to take our leaves or ferns. I'll do one there. One at the bottom. Another one there, I think. It's created like a shadow effect. I'll do one there, stamp off, and then do one there. It's created like a shadow effect. Now we're going to come in with our spots again. And just the same as before. Don't want to cover your dragonfly, but everywhere else. Okay, so that's the cover for our card almost finished. Okay, now we're going to do the inside panel, which is this one, and all I done was come in on the four corners and stamp. And these are the panels that measure 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Just central that one. Okay, so that's our inside one done. And then on the opposite side, all I done was one, two, and 3 of the fern. And then in the top right hand corner, I just done the dragonfly flying into the card. Okay, and that's all your stamping done. Them there so that I can clean them all later on. Now to put our card together. Sorry, I should have said on this part where your 5.5 score line is, take it up 2 inches and just cut it across. I forgot to say that, and I forgot to do it on my trimmer, so I'm just gonna have to. Ooh, here's me thinking I had everything ready. Sure it wouldn't be me, would it? So I'm just going to cut it the same as I've cut the other one. Come on now. Okay, so your base card should look something similar to that. Okay, so we're going to start by adding our panels. So that it's from the 5.5 score line, you take it to the 2 inch mark and cut. And that's what gives you that flap. And again, I'm just using the turning tape. Just cut this down a bit because I've cut me. Okie doke. So there's that. Then I'm going to attach our card to the inside. And as I say, this is gonna make sure I've got it. And this is our top panel. Now this is one of the ones that measured 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And this goes on the top. Okay, and we'll do our inside back panel. That just attaches onto there. Okay, and now flower insert. And that just attaches in there. So there's our card almost finished. Then I need to stamp out our closure. I'm going to do that in Smoky Slate on Sweet Sugar Plum. Just cut that out because I haven't brought my punch in with me. And all you're going to do is position that sort of there, excuse me, so that it holds that corner down. And have I got any double-sided tape? I'll just use this one. And you're just going to attach it to the one end. Just get them bits off that are overlapping. See the way I don't edit any of my films, I let you see all the mistakes and all. So put that down and then just attach that where it can slot your card into. So that's us almost done. That's all your stamping done, all your sticking done. Right, we're just going to add some Wink of Stella to our dragonfly wings, and this is just the clear one. And also dotty in your little flowers. That's got them all, yeah. And again on the inside. Because your inside has to look as good as your outside. Well, it does in my eyes anyway. And then again on the dragonfly wings. And this will fit in standard envelope. And we're going to come in with some basic pearls. I'm going to use 2 on his body. And again 2 on his body. One on the flower on our stopper. And 1 at each end. And there you go. There's your card. And just slot back in. So again, the card base is measured at 4 1/4 that way, 11 lengthways, scored at 5 1/2. Then you take your score line up to the 2-inch. You put it in your scoreboard, butt it up like that, and then come to the 2-inch and cut it across at 2 inches. Your panels are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you'll need 3 of them. This panel here is 1 3/4 widthways and 4 lengthways. Then your inside panel, the one at the back, this one, is 4 that way by 5 1/2 lengthways. I mean, you could always use DSP in designer series paper. You don't have to create your own, as I've just demonstrated there. So I hope you like that. There's the 2, they're exactly the same. all made using Stampin' Up products, and it was the Awesomely Artistic stamp set that I used. On this one I used Very Vanilla, Soft Sky and Smoky Slate, and on this one I used Sweet Sugarplum, Very Vanilla and Smoky Slate. You'll notice with most of my cards I use Very Vanilla. It's just because the Whisper White is very, I don't know, hard on my eyes. So I find it easier to use the Very Vanilla. So I hope you'd understood that. I hope you'd understood all the measurements and all. If you haven't got a Stampin' Up catalogue, I know I say this on every video, but please leave me a comment below and I shall get you one out to you. We've just been given our new autumn winter the mini catalogue. We've been allowed to pre-order on it, but it will go live, I believe, on the 1st of September. I will make sure to get that date right, but as far as I know, it will be live on the 1st of September. And again, if you would like to receive one of the mini autumn winter holiday catalogues, please leave a link below and I shall get one out in the post to you as soon as they go live. And thank you very much for watching, ladies, and again I hope you understood the measurements and all. If not, leave me a message and I'll put them on the description box. Thank you very much for watching and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye, take care.